Hello everybody, this is Smitty. I'm going to do a quick video. We're changing out the trigger of our Canik TP9SFX with a Freedom Smith Zombie Pro. Before we do the change, I wanted to do a little test to see what kind of trigger pull, what the trigger pull looks like from the factory. First of all, let me do a little clear. The weapon is totally unloaded. Okay, so using my handy dandy calipers, here's what I found. The take-up was exactly 6.03 millimeters. That's the take-up. And then once you get to the take-up, you get to the wall, which is that right there. And that was 4.04 millimeters. And then you get the break, and the trigger travels 2.7 millimeters during the break. It's for a total of 12.77 millimeters. What we're hoping with the Freedom Smith trigger is to get rid of a lot of that take-up. So from scratch you go. You got take-up, the wall, break. Let's see what it looks like after. And we're back. I'm sorry I didn't record the actual changing out of the trigger. The fact of the matter is I am a rank amateur at this. I did like most of us do and went to YouTube and did a little research and watched a couple of videos, and it went in about 15 minutes. It was not very hard at all. I will give you one little warning though. When you watch some of these videos, some people will, the first video I watched, the guy took the gun down to the ground. I mean, he completely disassembled it. That was not really necessary in the long run. When I did it, the videos I watched afterwards, that made it fairly simple. There's only 3 pins. It's this pin right here, this pin right here, and then the one in the trigger right there. And I will tell you, it was not hard. The one in the trigger was the hardest part, but if you watch the video or two, it's fairly simple. So how did the results? How did it go? Well, to give you an idea, you've got the take-up doesn't exist. There is no take-up. It's gone. The wall still there. Chris trigger did not reduce the trigger pull any, but I didn't expect it to. We did not change out any springs, but it just made the travel much shorter. So I'm using my handy dandy calipers and a couple pieces of tape on the trigger guard. We measured how much it went down, and here are the results. Once again, about 12.77 millimeters of total trigger pull on the factory trigger. But how did it go after the replacement? Using the Freedom Smith trigger, take-up is gone. It doesn't exist. The wall is still there, still about 4 millimeters. That hasn't changed much. Over travel might be a slightly shorter over travel from the break to where it stops going back, but it dropped 0.2 of a millimeter. But look at the total overall. We went from 12.77 millimeters to 6.03. We dropped it more than half. It is much shorter trigger pull now. Highly recommend this if you've got any kind of skill and you don't mind going to Harbor Freight and buying, you know, a set of punches and you know, a little. It's really easy. I mean, I think I spent $16 on tools, so I mean, it's really not that expensive for that either. It's fun to have, plus you got more tools. Anyway, that's all I got time for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later.